And I think knowledge by itself, like I said, can be just as detrimental as ignorance. And I think all of these things, all four of these things, is things that our culture and society are missing. And if we would exercise these things in our daily life, I think that it can help get rid of the unnecessary ignorance that our world has fallen prey to. What's going on, guys? So if you got a chance to watch yesterday's vlog, what it was about was when innocence becomes ignorance, and more specifically when that happens in the church. So today I wanted to address how we, and I say we meaning if you're watching this video, you and myself included, can help get rid of this unnecessary ignorance in our world and better educate people. I don't know if I'm wording that right, but I think you understand what I'm saying. And first, before I want to go on, I want to make this distinction or say a couple things. And that is, depending on the context, ignorance isn't always bad. And also depending on the context, knowledge isn't always good. And let me say, I don't think our world lacks knowledge as much as it lacks wisdom. And yes, I do think there is a difference in the two. Obviously, they're two different words, but I think knowledge, obviously knowledge is power, right? But knowledge can be power against yourself depending on the context. Wisdom is knowing who, what, when, where, why, and how to use that knowledge in the proper context, and how best to take that knowledge and to put it into action. It's knowing how and when to put it into action. At least that's my interpretation of it. Maybe you have a different interpretation. If you do, let me know down in the comments. That'd be cool. But knowledge, and having all of the knowledge without, I said all of the knowledge, having all of the knowledge, what does that even mean? Whatever, I'll just stick with it. Having all of the knowledge without wisdom can be just as hurtful as ignorance. I mean, if you know something and you're arrogant about it and you're not using that knowledge in the right context, it can be just as hurtful. At least that's what I think. Maybe you think differently. Again, let me know down in the comments. So how do the people who obtain the knowledge, who aren't on the side of ignorance, where ignorance is detrimental and it's not needed, how do we take that knowledge and apply wisdom to it? I think that wisdom, and these concepts of wisdom that I want to talk about, are things that our world culture, at least I know in America, are missing out on completely. And it's just the culture that we are constantly being fed, especially over the internet and smartphones and social media and all this sort of thing that we are constantly bombarded with every day, that is almost like it's promoting knowledge over wisdom. And I think knowledge by itself, like I said, can be just as detrimental as ignorance in the right context. So many of you know, and probably how you came to this channel was with videos of me and my dad having conversations about different music videos, popular, controversial music videos, whatever. And something that a lot of people have said about my dad, and if you've seen my dad, if you've watched those videos, you know that this is true. He is a very, very, very wise man. And I've got the privilege and honor of being his son, but watching him my entire life and learning from his wisdom and how to go about life. And he's shown me by example very well. And I think that's also a key in this. When I talk about these points, just know that it's about leading by example. There's a difference between being a leader and being a boss. There's a huge difference between the two, and that's probably a separate video, so I'm not going to go into that, but there is a difference. So obviously, being my dad's son, I've learned a thing or two from the way that he does life and from the way that he thinks. And I think that these things that I'm going to talk about are, like I said, things that our society is missing out on. And so the first thing, and I think this is a key to how to gain wisdom and adopt the gift of wisdom, or to grow it, because we all have wisdom. We just need to exercise it and grow it. And that first thing to do so is patience. Patience is one of those things that our society has lost. Patience being a virtue, and patience in just everything, especially social media, and especially this day and age that's so like right here, right now. If I don't have it now, then it's not coming. It's hurting us so much. I mean, me and my dad, I know my dad especially, has annoyed people with how patient he is, and I've been told that I do the same thing. And I think that if our world and society were just simply more patient, that we would actually find more that the decisions that we make and the things that we do in life would already have better repercussions, or better, what's the word I'm looking for? Oh my God. Outcomes. Better outcomes. That's what I'm looking for. So I think that we would have better outcomes if we were simply just more patient. Number 2 is saying, I don't know. I've already talked about this in some of my vlogs, is that just admitting that I don't know. I think the first step in being wise and even obtaining knowledge but applying it with wisdom is saying I don't know. And I think that the first principle or step, whatever you want to call it, with patience and I don't know, I think they go hand in hand. I think they go together. I think it's saying I don't know and being patient for the answer to present itself in front of you. I know that when I give people advice, when they ask for advice, one of the first things that comes out of my mouth is I don't know, and I'm okay with not knowing. There's nothing in me that is like, I have to give them the right answer no matter what. I am so okay with not knowing that it's like the answer that is needed at that moment just kind of presents itself. And I think that people always want to go to the higher truth, the higher answer, whatever that may be, but they lack knowing what to do right now in this moment, which leads to number 3, which is being present and in the moment. I think all 3 of these things are things that people are just simply missing. They simply lack patience. They simply lack not even wanting to know the answers, but just admitting that they don't know. Because I think a lot of people, instead of saying I don't know, they would rather just throw something out there that is totally weird, totally outside of even what the conversation was, but they just want to have an answer. And yeah, I mean, we see that on social media all the time. They're just willing to, not willing to say I don't know. So patience, I don't know, and being in the present moment being with who you're with. I mean, just in today's society and culture, it's like we get so wrapped up in what the future holds, or our past mistakes, regrets, and it's even just going both ways, just constantly being trapped in the future and in the past. And we're just so unwilling to just be in the present, be with who we're with, and especially that gratitude. And I think if there was a number 4, which I'm making it a number 4 right now, is that it's gratitude, it's thankfulness. And I think all of these things, all 4 of these things, patience, I don't know, being present and in the moment, and gratitude, is things that our culture and society are missing. And if we, the people who are watching this video and myself, would exercise these things in our daily life, I think that it can help get rid of the unnecessary ignorance that our world has fallen prey to. So that's what I got for today. I hope that was informative to some of you. I'd love to know what you all think about it, so let me know down in the comments. Loving your comments, loving everything that you're having to say towards my content and my videos. It means the world to me when you guys just share your thoughts and share your stories, and I love having these tough conversations, maybe, or just conversations in general about these topics and subjects. So I really appreciate when you guys leave comments, and it allows me to interact with you all more. If you like this video, please like, subscribe, and share, and I'll see you misfits in the next one. Peace!